There's a storm brewing in the world of capital right now, a threat so silent, so deadly, it sneaks in through the cracks of every fund, every portfolio, every dealmaker's dream. And if it's not stopped, it will crush your returns and suffocate your future. This isn't some distant theory or abstract worry. It's the capital overhang, and this beast is lurking right beneath the surface of the market, threatening to choke the lifeblood out of your hard-fought gains. Imagine all that sweat, all those sleepless nights, all the risks taken, the promise of growth blown away because there's simply too much money chasing too few deals. It's infuriating, it's heartbreaking, and it's killing your returns faster than any market downturn or economic shakeup ever could. You're not alone in feeling this pain. Founders locked in endless rounds of oversubscribed capital but starving for clear paths forward. Leaders fighting tooth and nail to make sense of an investing world gone sideways, where more money doesn't mean more success, but more complexity, more pressure, and more disappointment. The frustration is real. Investors drowning in a flood of dry powder, paralyzed by a glut of capital they can't efficiently deploy. The anger is justified. You pour capital into ventures, sometimes promising, sometimes desperate, but the sheer weight of unused funds drags everything down. It warps incentives, it warps decisions, it poisons the entire ecosystem until no one wins. So here's what's not being said loud enough. Capital overhang isn't just a market phenomenon. It's a silent killer of discipline. It's the slow death of proper value creation. And it's the enemy of outsized returns. When too much capital sits idle, waiting, competing, bidding where it shouldn't, the quality of deals collapses. Prices inflate in ways that screw founders and ruin investors alike. They either settle for too little or pay too much. And guess what? The winners, the ones who actually want to build, to innovate, to break barriers, feel the squeeze the hardest. They get stuck in a brutal grind where capital becomes a trap, not a tool. But pause for a moment. This isn't a hopeless diagnosis. There's a brutal truth here that, if faced head-on, can change the game for the serious players. The key lies not in how much capital you have, but how you use it. Not in chasing every deal, but ruthlessly choosing where to strike, when to pull back, and how to force alignment between capital and actual massive value creation. If there's too much money waving like a fire hose, don't bend to the flood. Instead, fight back with discipline so sharp, it cuts through noise and bad deals like a blade. Step 1. Fight the temptation to deploy capital just because it's there. This is the foundational sin of overhang. It's comfortable to throw money at every promising founder, to buy your way into every hot trend. It feels like action, like progress. But what's progress if it's fueled by desperation or insecurity? Stop. Take a breath. Build a filter so strict it lets nothing through that isn't a potential home run. Kill deals that sound good but won't change the game. Cut out the noise, the vanity rounds, the hype-driven pitches. It's brutal. You'll lose some opportunities. Good. That's how winners play. Step 2. Embrace your role not as a cash dispenser, but a brutal selector. A founder's fiercest ally who demands clarity, toughness, and relentless innovation. Use your capital to push founders not just to build, but to rethink, reimagine, and rebuild what's possible. This means asking the hard questions. Why now? What makes your solution not just better, but necessary? Where's the defensible moat, the network effect, the real flywheel? If the answers don't scorch the room, don't fund, don't compromise. Your capital is your sword, not your shield. Step 3. Create compounding advantages in your portfolio by engineering real alignment across interests, timelines, and ambitions. Avoid the trap where capital overhang makes everyone impatient, firefighting between too many deals with low conviction. Instead, double down on founders who burn with the same fire as you do. Structure deals that reward big wins, not small safe bets. Champion repeat founders who know the game and won't waste precious resources. Make your money work harder, not just faster. The overhang crushes returns by spreading too thin. Fix this by being the strictest partner anyone's seen. Step 4. Stop assuming the market's old maps still apply. Capital overhang isn't a bug, it's a signal. It screams that the old ways of investing and scaling are broken. It demands new strategies. Think beyond borders, beyond industries, beyond traditional rounds. Harness the global network of founders and investors who refuse to be boxed in. Break tribal, national, and legacy boundaries. Hunt opportunities no one else dares to touch because they're messy, misunderstood, or just ignored. This is where extraordinary returns hide, in the overlooked, the disrespected, and the unconventional. Step 5, and this one is ruthless, acknowledge that some capital must be destroyed rather than deployed. Yes, you heard that right. Dead weight of capital, sitting on the sidelines, waiting to pounce on opportunities that don't exist, does more damage than good. It fuels bubbles, it drags down cultures, it traps founders and investors in cycles of mediocrity disguised as growth. It's hard to write a check that says, no, this is too much too soon, but it's the difference between death by drowning and life by discipline. If these steps sound brutal, that's because they are. Capital overhang is war. Your returns, your legacy, your mission to reshape the future depend on your willingness to wage it. This isn't a game for the timid or the comfortable. It demands fire. It demands clarity. It demands unbreakable conviction. The system is broken, the illusions are thick, but you are not here to repeat the past. You are here to transcend it, to build networks of rare, relentless individuals who transform not just markets, but the rules of the game itself. You don't need just more capital. You need smarter capital. Capital that flows with fierce purpose, not idle hope. Capital that cleanses the market instead of polluting it. Capital that fuels breakthroughs, not bailouts. Capital that acts as a weapon for founders, investors, and partners united by a shared mission to create sustainable value, not just transactions, to build futures, not just portfolios. Remember, in the face of capital overhang, you have a choice. Choose the rage against inefficiency, the defiance against dilution of discipline. Choose the clarity that slices through illusions and the courage to walk the road less taken. This fight is your fight. The returns you seek, extraordinary, transformative, world-shaping, depend on it. Nothing less will do. The silent killer is here, but so is the antidote. It's time to stop running from the truth and start wielding your capital like the power it was meant to be. The future won't wait, neither should you.